Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, the weekend, boxing, y'all know I don't really talk too much about Canelo Alvarez. I don't really watch the fights anymore. Because, I just don't like the way that the boxing is being ruined by this character and the fans of him or whatever. I don't even like to call them fans. So it's like a little hard. It's a hard watch, when you watch Canelo versus Berlanga and you know that shouldn't have happened, right? Or John Ryder shouldn't have happened, or Munguia shouldn't have happened, with a Morrell and a Benavidez in the same weight division, and that the sanctioning bodies won't do anything about it because of money and other reasons, right? So it's real hard watch when you're a grown-ass man, right? So that's the problem. But the card, I told you I was really interested in Danny Garcia versus Erislandy Lara. I'll probably do an extra video about that. In retrospect, because when it comes to Danny Garcia, this is probably the only fighter I've never been against ever. I don't care who he fights. I've never been against Danny Garcia ever. because first of all, he's cool. I like him. The fact that he's not extremely talented, but he works hard. His timing is good. He stands in there in the pocket, gets the job done. When he fought Lucas Matisse, he had to not stand in the pocket. He was able to do that. And watching him be the underdog but upset people and win, it's just awesome to watch. But he came up short against Erislandy Lara. Which props to Erislandy Lara for being 41 years old and knocking out 4 or 5 people in a row, supposedly be feather-fisted. That's somebody we need to keep our eye on and give a couple of big fights to before he retires. But Danny Garcia was stopped in round 10 or 11, I think it was. And he wasn't really stopped, right? He was knocked down by a very, 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 was it a jab? It looked like a jab. It was a straight left, I think, though. But it was almost like a jab with the left hand. It wasn't really a hard punch. And Danny Garcia, I was talking about Canelo having the best chin for a long time, but Danny Garcia is right with him with best chins. Right with him. Anybody that doubted, remember Lucas Matisse hitting him? Lucas' hands of stone 2.0 hitting him, and the mouthpiece went into the crowd. Danny Garcia has taken a lot of punches and was never hurt, staggered, or anything his whole career, so I would have to put him up there with Canelo. He did go down in this fight, which was weird to see, but, with the layoff and being a little older, his father just stopped the fight, which I think is just a good idea. I think Danny Garcia is going to probably retire or probably go down to 154, but there's a lot of monsters there, so he would have to really rededicate himself at this age to be someone formidable again. But we'll talk about Danny Garcia. You see how I can talk about him, because I like Danny Garcia. I've never been against this fight. I don't care who he would fought in his whole career. I've never been against Danny Garcia. And I was like, hey, I want him to fight somebody where I could at least be against him. I can't think of anybody where I'd be against Danny Garcia versus anybody. The only one that I would be like, okay, I don't want him to beat him would be like a Terrence Crawford. Like now. Like 10 years ago, I would have still been going for Danny Garcia. But right now, Crawford is kind of going for GOAT status. And if him and Danny Garcia fought, if Danny Garcia was still in form, then I would kind of say, well, hey, I don't want Danny Garcia to beat Crawford because Crawford is, pissing people off by damn near becoming the GOAT. And that's more important to me, right? I want Crawford to keep pissing people off because they're mad because he's about to become the GOAT, right? That's what's up with I'm telling y'all, that's what's happening with Crawford. But other than that, Danny Garcia, I want him to beat anybody, everybody. So let's see what happens with Danny Garcia. But, I'm with the dude regardless, man. Much love, Danny Garcia, and much props. Congratulations, Erislandy Lara. Keep pissing these people off by being as awesome as you are. Now, Canelo Alvarez. He beats Berlanga in 12 rounds. I don't know if you guys paid $80 for that fight or $90 for that fight, but it wasn't worth it. And I told you before, not only the fight, Canelo wins the fight, wins damn near every round. I think Berlanga could have had 1 or 2, maybe, but not really. Canelo did it and walked him down. A guy like Berlanga, Canelo handled his business. I don't think Canelo would beat David Morrell at all. I think he gets beat the hell out of against Morrell. I think Canelo versus Benavidez is a better fight than people think. I think people were saying Benavidez beats Canelo easily. I don't know about that. It's Canelo would probably Benavidez going to get hurt in that fight, right? But Benavidez would outpoint Canelo if Canelo don't stop him. That's how I would say view that fight. Morrell beats the hell out of Canelo. It's not close, nothing. That's how I say about that. That's how I felt about Demetrius Andrade the whole career, right? Beats the hell out of him. Canelo would probably hurt Demetrius Andrade once or twice, but outpoint by far. And his face would be fatter that he couldn't get back through the door because his face would be so fat because he's going to get outpointed and get pieced up. So those two, and Bivol beats him too. Canelo should actually retire, but that's another conversation for another day. Here's what I want to talk about right here, real quick. Right? I just seen an article, and I told you guys the other day, find an article from America that says positive things about a black fighter. You can't. Right? No one ever answers those questions. Here's another question I've been asking for a couple of years now. Right? What was the other question? Find, what was I trying to say? Find a black fighter who was the mandatory challenger and didn't fight the champion. A black fighter. Because the Mexicans, I'm telling you, Munguia, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, you know, when they didn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade and Devin Haney and the likes, and Virgil Ortiz didn't want to fight Terrence Crawford. Those are 4 awesome Mexicans. Find a black fighter that was a mandatory that said, hey, you know what? The champion is too good. I don't want to fight him. And then don't get destroyed in the media, because that only helps the careers of Mexican fighters. No one never mentions about Virgil Ortiz, do they? No one ever mentions about Ryan Garcia, do they? No one ever mentions about Canelo Alvarez, do they? No one mentions about Jaime Munguia, do they? You see what I'm saying? So just proof. So do it, and don't get mad at me for telling you something that's out there that people use their eyes to see. Show me black fighter that's done that. And first of all, that's done it. And then if he's done it, his career had the trajectory going up. Yeah, they be running up them hills. After that, their career gets better, right? So, back to the point. Terrence Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. Do you know what American articles are saying? Terrence Crawford wants a payday. This is what they're saying. Terrence Crawford wants a payday. Begging Canelo for a fight, wants a payday. Now, same thing with Benavidez. He's begging him for a fight. Benavidez is damn mandatory. Why is he begging for a fight? Everybody that's good, it's a payday. Who have they fought? They're begging for a fight. Damn it, Morrell and Benavidez were his mandatories. Demetrius Andrade would have made him become undisputed at the welterweight division, bringing everything to the table. But here's the thing. We keep saying that Terrence Crawford wants a payday, or anybody wants a payday, but Terrence Crawford right now, he wants a payday, right? Canelo wants $150 million to fight him. So who the hell wants a payday? Canelo wants $200 million to fight Benavidez. Who the hell wants a payday? And first of all, why is Canelo getting paid more? No one wants to see him more. I don't get it. We're athletes. That's like me saying, I'd rather watch this 7-foot dude that's working at the grocery store more than I want to watch Hakeem Olajuwon. Terrence Crawford is way better than Canelo. David Morrell is way better than Canelo. Like Demetrius Andrade is way better. Way better. It's not even the same thing. Canelo's flat-footed. Canelo just, I don't like to get on because Canelo's awesome. I can do a Canelo video. I don't know. If I didn't see the racism in here, I can do a video. Y'all think, man, he's a Canelo fanboy. Because I like some things about Canelo. I like his chin. I like his defense. Right? You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that he can fight back foot too. We forget that. Gennady Golovkin won. Don't forget, he can fight back foot. But when he's at 168 feeling comfortable and he know you ain't nothing, he can walk you down the whole fight. Put that mental pressure on your ass. Canelo got some definitely good attributes, right? But, when you ain't fighting the best people around you, and the boxing world is making it legal to do illegal things, and no one's getting sued. That's another thing about boxing. No one sues. Everybody talks and don't sue nobody. The sanctioning bodies, either they got to make rules and regulations, right? So they got to behave themselves because they just make rules as they go. Come on now, franchise title? What the hell was that all about? Who does that? But there's no respect for just no respect for justice and rules of law. Nothing. Right? Oh, this guy, he brings in more money. And then they lying. Canelo ain't bringing in more money. He's losing money. It's just worth... they be losing money for these people, for these promotion companies and for these networks. They losing money. But they would rather lose money than put a brother of color in that position, a Wheaties box guy. We'll lose money because we want it to be him. And I'm just saying it. So who wants a payday? Does Terrence Crawford want a payday? Right? For just wanting to fight Canelo and building his legacy? Right? And Canelo wants $150 million to fight him? Does David Benavidez want a payday? But Canelo wants to have $200 million to fight him? David Morrell don't even say nothing. He done gave up. Man, I ain't got time for this stuff. Which is wrong. Morrell and Benavidez should at least had an opportunity to fight for the belts at 168 pounds before they have to move up. So their legacies are something, right? You're talking about Hall of Fame. They didn't have a chance, so they had to fight in this weight division 3 or 4 years and not be able. Think about what you got. Man, you can't be this racist. They're not even able to fight for the championship before they go to the next division. So they're not a one-division champion before they go up. Do you understand that? That's not just for some dude. It's ridiculous, guys. Wake up from your trance. Like I've said it before, pun intended, racism trumps everything else. So wake up from that damn virus. Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.